Om Sri Sairam, welcome to the computer science class, video part 2 of pointers. In the last class we have discussed about the pointers. What is a pointer? Pointer is nothing but just like a forward and the backward button that we use in media player. Imagine if we do not have the forward and the backward button in media player, then how it will be difficult for us to move across the different movie scenes. So pointer plays exactly the same role to move across the memory. As we have discussed that pointers stores the addresses of memory locations. So it's very easy to access the data stored at a particular memory location by using pointers. Basically the main advantage of pointers is to manipulate through the memory locations in the collection of data. Collections of the data I want to say here is that array. Array is collection of similar kind of data. So just like arrays, there are several other data structures. Structure is also one kind of the data structure where we can access the data from these collections of data, the group of data items. So today we are going to discuss about the pointer arithmetics. But before going to discuss that how to perform the arithmetic operations on the pointers, let's revise some basic concepts about the pointers that we discussed in the last class. There is only one thing you should remember about the pointers is that pointers are just addresses. They do not store any kind of data. And this picture you should keep in your mind while working with the pointers. As this first box, this indicates the variable, and the second box it indicates the pointer. So pointer is also a variable. The way we declare the variable here, in the same way we declare the pointer. What is the new thing that we have to note while declaring a pointer is this operator. We call it as a star operator, or the standard terminology for this is dereferencing operator. We have discussed in detail what is this dereferencing operator, and another operator that we use while working with pointers is the address of operator. Address of operator. Or we can call it as a reference operator. Reference operator. The reference operator is used to assign the address of one variable to the pointer. Here k is the integer variable which stores the data value 5. This is the data value. We call it as a user data. This 5 can be anything. The 5 can be the marks. 5 can be, we can call it as rupees. 5 can be runs scored by a batsman in a game of cricket. So 5 is actually a user data. So this k stores the 5 which is a integer type. Here we have declared the pointer pk and we are assigning the address of k to pk. So this is the name given to this memory location. Name given to the memory location. This memory location is having another identity that we call it as the address. So these addresses are generally in hexadecimal form. So suppose I will write here 0xff is the address of the memory. So this is the address of the memory and this is the name of the memory. So this address we are going to assign to the pk. So pk is also created in memory and k is also created in memory. But the difference is k is storing the user data whereas pk is storing the address of another variable. So this address will be stored here 0xFF. That means we are making pk to point to k. That means by using pk we can access the memory location or memory contents. The name of that memory location is k after getting the address by using the address of operator. So basically what is the pointer that we have come to a conclusion is, it is nothing but is a data item whose value is a memory address, and the type of a pointer describes the data located at that memory address. So just like variable is having the type as well as the data value that we assign, same way the pointer is also having the value and the type assigned to it. So here one thing to note is that what does a type plays role in integer? The type plays a very important role, that if we want to locate the integer memory location, then we must have to declare a pointer as integer. That means a pointer of specific type can point to that type of data only, that type of memory location only. That means if there is an integer pointer, it can point to the integer memory location. If there is a float pointer, it can point to the float memory location. If there is a character pointer, then it can point to the character memory location. Apart from that, a pointer can point to the user defined data like structures as well as classes also. Pointer allow data structures and or variables to be shared among functions. This is the main advantage of the pointer, that to pass data between functions as a parameters, we can use pointers. We have discussed one example, that is swapping the contents of two memory locations. When we are using a function to swap the contents of two memory locations without using a pointer, we are not swapping the actual contents of the memory locations. That function is working on the copy of the data and the copies are getting interchanged. But if we use the pointers to swap the memory contents, we get direct access to the contents of the original values of the variables. There we can directly interchange the copies of the data. Pointers make a computer environment more like the real world. This is the syntax of pointer declaration. Data type, star operator and pointer name. So here by giving the pointer name, we have to use the same naming conventions that we use in variable declaration. This is an example, int star p int. So if you look at the memory picture, suppose these are the various memory cells in the memory and these addresses we have given. So you can see here that memory is same, it is storing the user data, that is the integer data, and this is storing the address of this particular memory location, p int. So p int is a pointer which is pointing to the integer memory location where integer data is stored. So we can say pointer to int. So the value of p int is an address. We can dereference p int with the star operator. Dereference means we can access the contents at that memory location. That is the meaning of dereferencing the contents. If we do, what we will find that location is an int if we dereference this. So how you can dereference? It's a simple statement you have to write here, that by using the star pnt, just use the cout statement, and if you use star p pointer name here, it will print the contents of this memory location. Here this star is used for the declaration purpose. Now I would like to demonstrate one program, complete program, which makes use of the pointers, so that later on we can work with the pointer arithmetics very efficiently. Very simple program, as we start with the main and we declare a variable. Simple variable I am going to declare here, say variable x, and then I am going to declare a pointer int star xptr. Xptr I am giving so that I should come to know that I am declaring this pointer to point to x, whereas there is no perfect rule that one pointer can point to only one variable. Later on you can change the address of the pointer, you can make it point to different memory location. Now I am initializing x, so x is equal to 10, and then I am initializing the pointer xptr is equal to address of x. So this is very simple. We have created one integer variable, we have created one integer pointer, and here I have initialized the x with the value 10 and I have initialized the pointer with the address of the x, and then I am going to access the memory contents of the xptr as well as the x. So here simply I am going to print the value of x is equal to this. We know it's very simple, x. By giving the variable name we can access the value of x. Now I am going to access the value of xptr, value of xptr is equal to, so here the way I write simply the variable name, I will write the xptr. So it will print the value 10 which we have initialized here, but what this will print we don't know. What address this x got allocated, this is not in our control. So whatever memory address is allocated to x, that it will print, any memory address. It will print the memory address of the x. But one more statement I would like to show here once again, that we have discussed in the last class. Value of x by using the pointer dereferencing operator xptr. So this is dereferencing operator, this will also print 10. So by using the dereferencing operator also we can print the contents of x. So this here you can observe the advantage of pointer. We don't need to use the variable anymore. If we get the pointer, then by using the pointer we can print the address of x as well as we can print the value which is stored at that particular address. Hope you have understood these basics. Now our today's topic is pointer arithmetics and pointer expressions. So just go back to the basic concepts of expressions, C++ expressions. How do we write the expressions in C++? But basically understand what does a expression mean. A expression is nothing but the combination of operators and some constants. Combination of operators, operands and constants. I am talking about the mathematical expression. So we will see here some typical mathematical expressions, simple mathematical expressions I am writing here. Simply say x is equal to a plus b, x is equal to a minus b, then x is equal to a into b and x is equal to a by b. These are the simplest mathematical expressions that we know, and we can understand this actually are here operands and this is a operator, and this is also a operator, we call it as assignment operator. Assignment operator. This is very simple form of expression. The same statements how we can write in C++. The first two are same C++ expressions. The first two are same, x is equal to a plus b, x is equal to a minus b. But here you have to use the C++ operator. You cannot use the plus, the multiplication, the star operator. Then the last one also, here this is not a mathematical operator, a slash b. One more operator we have seen, that is the integer division operator, but that we are not going to use with the pointer, so we will not discuss here. So these are the typical C++ expressions. So here all we have used is the variables and constants. One example of the constant I would like to give here is that a plus 10. This is an example of a constant. So 10 is a constant here. So in case of C++ expressions, the things are little bit different. The values that we directly use, that we call it as constants, and any notations if we are using, that we call it as variables. So the meaning of C++ expression is very simple. On the left hand side of the assignment operator is a variable. On the right hand side of the assignment operator is the operation. So here is the addition operation. So the meaning of this expression is the result of this addition operator will be stored into x. This is the simple meaning. Now let's move on to the pointers, that how can we perform the arithmetic operations on the pointer. So before that we have to understand what are the arithmetic operators which are supported for the pointer arithmetics. So pointer expressions are composed of pointer variables, certain allowable operators and parentheses. So C++ supports 4 arithmetic operators that can be used with pointers such as addition, subtraction, plus plus and minus minus. So you can easily notice the difference over here. The multiplication and the division operator we are not going to use with the pointers. Now let's take an example where we are making use of the arithmetic operators with the pointers. Here I have declared integer variable as well as integer pointer. We can declare the pointer and the variable in one statement. We can declare variable and the pointer in one statement if the type of pointer and the variable is same. Here the type of variable and pointer is integer, so we can declare in one line. And I am initializing the num with the value 9. I am assigning the address of num to the pointer ptr, and here ptr plus plus I have written. What is the meaning of ptr plus plus? The meaning of ptr plus plus is ptr is equal to ptr plus 1. So this is the increment operator I have used. So I am going to increment the pointer. You can understand the meaning here. With this statement, ptr is made to point to 17,500 address, and when we execute the ptr plus plus, it is jumping onto the next integer address. So it is jumping onto the 2 bytes memory locations. Why? Because ptr is an integer pointer. In a 16-bit machine, an integer variable consumes 2 bytes of memory location. So when you are incrementing the pointer, it will jump onto the next integer location, or it will jump 2 bytes from the present location. Now it is pointing to this location, so it is jumping on 2 bytes, byte number 1, byte number 2. If it is a float pointer, then it will jump 4 location. That depends on the size of the particular data it is pointing to. If we print the PTR now, it will not print 17,500, it will print 17,502. This address it will point, because currently it is pointing to this location. So the increment of PTR using PTR++ increments the number of bytes of the storage class. So here storage class meaning the data type, integer, float or character, whatever data type we are using for the particular machine. That is the machine dependent. Just like 16-bit machine consumes 2 bytes for integer, and the 32-bit consumes 4 bytes for the integer data type. That differs from compiler to compiler and machine to machine. Now the size of the data type to which the pointer variable refers is the number of bytes of memory accessed when the pointer variable is dereferenced using the star operator. So what is the size of the data type? Depends on the size of the data type. This dereference operator decides that how many memory locations it is accessing. That means if a integer pointer is there, so dereferencing operator is accessing 2 memory locations, not the 1, because that data is stored at 2 memory locations. How it is stored at 2 memory locations? Just I would like to take to you that the point that data in memory is stored in terms of bits and bytes, that is 0 and 1. That means every number or every character gets converted into equivalent binary number, and integer takes 2 bytes of data. 2 bytes means 16 bits. So a integer number, say 9, gets converted into 16 bits, 8 bits, 8 bits, and 8 bit means 1 byte. So 8 bits stored in one location, another 8 bits will stored into another location. So this dereferencing operator is accessing both the memory locations, because it has to access all the 16 bits, means both bytes it has to access. When dereferenced, here a particular analysis is given. A pointer to an integer access 2 bytes, pointer to a float access 4 bytes, pointer to character access 1 byte, and a pointer to double access 8 bytes of memory in a 16-bit system. So just list out the things we have discussed about the arithmetics related to pointer. Pointers are variables. They are now different than the variables. Their values are not integers but addresses. Addresses can be displayed as unsigned integers. Whenever we add a value to a pointer variable, the conversion specifier causes the pointer to be incremented by a value which identifies the next consecutive location or next address. So whenever you increment, you add or decrement the value, the conversion specifier plus checks the size of the data. What is the size of the data? It calculates so that how many bytes the pointer has to jump to forward or to the backward. It will be decided based on what value the conversion specifier gives to the compiler. Now let's perform some operations on the data by using the pointer. To perform such operation, we will have to use dereference symbol, because dereferencing symbol is used to access the memory location. So without using the star symbol, we cannot perform any operations on the data. This is the code which illustrates some arithmetic operation. two variables we have declared, one is the variable, another one is the pointer. 9 is stored at num, and then the address of num is allocated to ptr. And here see the statement how it is written, ptr plus plus, and before it is prefixed with the star in the bracket. So this is when we print the value of num, what it is going to print, that is the question. We are writing this, what is the meaning of this particular statement? ptr plus plus means incrementing the pointer, but as we have prefixed it with the star, that means now we are not jumping to the memory locations. We are dereferencing the memory location to which the pointer is pointing to. So the whatever data which is stored at a particular memory location, say 9 is stored at this memory location, then ptr is pointing to this memory location, then star means it is accessing this memory location, then plus plus. The meaning of this one is actually we are incrementing the value of num is equal to 10. So the meaning of this expression is actually num plus plus. Then when you print the value of num, it will print 10. So this way also we can manipulate the data stored at a memory location. Take another example where ptr1 and ptr2 are two pointer variables pointing to the variables a and b. Then these are the valid pointer arithmetic expressions. Star ptr1 is equal to star ptr1 plus star ptr2. This is same as a plus b. Then star ptr1 plus 10. This is same as a plus 10. So here making use of the constant in a pointer arithmetic expression. Then sum plus is equal to star ptr2. This is the shorthand operator that we are using here. This is same as sum plus b, that is sum is equal to sum plus b. You can assume this like sum is equal to sum plus b. So this is the shorthand operator we have used here. If you remember the concept of shorthand operators. Shorthand operators. The third expression star ptr1 divided by star ptr2 same as a by b. And these are the two comparison expressions that we are using. So how these comparison expressions will be evaluated, that we will see later on. But let's focus on this line star ptr1 space slash space star ptr2. So here if you notice we have given a space here between the slash operator and the star. Why? Because if you write slash and star, it will be treated as the beginning of the single line comment. So that's why we must give the space between the division operator and the star. Now how these two expressions will be evaluated? ptr1 greater than ptr2. So here we are just checking whether ptr1 is pointing to ptr1 is ahead of ptr2 or it is behind the ptr2. Here we are checking the equality. So ptr2 not equal to ptr2. So what outcome it will give? We are checking the non-equality condition. So ptr2 is pointing, both are the same pointers. So that's why it will return the value false. ptr2 not equal to ptr2. Actually they are equal. That's why it will return the value as false. So these are the valid arithmetic expressions that we have seen. Let's see some invalid statements. Consider that ptr1 and ptr2 are two pointer variables. And if you look at these expressions, ptr1 plus ptr2, ptr1 into ptr2, ptr1 divided by ptr2. All these are invalid expressions if we use it with the pointers, because we cannot use pointers in addition, multiplication and division of addresses. How can we add the addresses? We cannot multiply the addresses and we cannot divide one address by 2 because it is meaningless of adding two addresses, multiplying two addresses or dividing two addresses. But one operator that it supports is the pointer subtraction. This is an example by which we can understand what is the meaning of subtraction of two pointers. Here I have created one integer array having 5 elements, 5, 8, 9, 6 and 10. So these elements are represented in memory in this way. These are the addresses, or you can consider as indexes of an array. These are the data values 5, 8, 9, 6 and 10. Here I have declared two pointers p and q and one more integer variable I for the letter use. I am assigning the address of 0th element to the p, that is the starting address of an array I am assigning to the pointer p, and I am assigning the address of third element present on the third index of an array. So it is actually the fourth element 6. So the address of that I have assigned to the pointer q. So pointer p is made to point to the base address, that is the first index or the first element of an array, and pointer q is made to point to the fourth element in an array. So in this case, if I write the expression like this, I is equal to q minus p, what is the meaning of this expression? What is the value of q? Q is pointing to address 106. And what is the value of p? P is pointing to address 100. So if we make the subtraction, we will get the value 6. So this 6 is actually having no meaning. But how this value 6 will be used? If we divide the 6 by 2. Why divide by 2? Because it is a integer array, that means every integer value takes 2 bytes of memory. So we can consider here that we got 6 bytes. So we are dividing 6 by 2, it will give us the value as 3. That means there are 3 memory locations, 3 other values between these 2 locations. Or we can interpret like that, q is 3 locations away from p. P is 0.200 and q is 3 locations away, location 1, 2 and 3. So this way we can find out the difference between the two values in a memory location. So this is the use of the subtraction operation which is made available in the C++ language. Now this is a complete program which makes use of the arithmetic operations by using pointer. Let's understand it line by line. Here I have declared variables a, b, x, y, z as integer variables and two pointer variables ptr1 and ptr2 which is of type int. I have initialized a and b with the value 30 and 6 respectively, and I am assigning the address of a to the pointer 1, address of b to the pointer 2. Then I am writing an expression star ptr1 plus star ptr2 minus 6. That means I have used here dereferencing operator. Star ptr1 means actually it is equivalent to a plus b. Star ptr2 is b. So it is a plus b minus 6. So what is the value of a is 30. What is the value of b is 6. So 30 plus 6, 36 minus 6. So the value of x will be 30. So this expression should give the value as 30. Because this is equivalent to a, this is equivalent to b. So value of a is 30. So 30 plus 6 36 minus 6 30. And y is equal to 6 minus star ptr1 divided by star ptr2 plus 30. So what is the value of ptr1? That is 30, ptr2 that is 6 and plus 30. So 30 divided by 6, it will give you 5. 5 plus 30, it will be 35, and 35 minus 6, what it will be? Again it will give you some value 29. So we will see in the output what it will give, y is equal to. So if we try to print the values here, address of A, that is in ptr1, so it is printing the value of address A. Then address of B, this is printing the value of address B, which is in hexadecimal form. Then the B, that is output of this expression A. What is the A? The value of A is 30 and value of B is 6. Then X, we are printing the value of X, that is the outcome of this expression, which is printed as 30 and Y is 31. So this way we got the output of these 4 statements over here. Now the last line is remaining. Here we are making use of the constant in an arithmetic expression. So here we have not used at all the variables. We are only making use of the pointers. Star ptr1 is equal to star ptr1 plus 70. So this is actually equivalent of A is equal to A plus 70. What is the value of A? A is 30. So 30 plus 70, 100. So this expression is giving the output value of 100. Then star ptr2 is equal to star ptr2 multiplied by 2. So ptr2 is 6. So 6 into 2, 12. So this is equal to B is equal to B into 2. So this is giving the outcome as 12. So this is the simple example program by using the arithmetic operations in the pointer expressions. Now the most efficient use of the pointer while working with the arrays. So let's understand that how we can work with the arrays efficiently by using the pointers. When we declare an array, its name is treated as a constant pointer to the first element of the array. We must understand this concept first. The name of the array is the pointer itself, but to what it points to? It points to the base address of the array. That means if this is an array, say I am writing here ARR 5, I am saying that this ARR is a pointer. Only name of the array is a pointer and it points to the base address of the array. Base address means address of the first element in an array. Base address is the address of the first element in the array, that is A of 0. Now let us see the constant pointer to print array elements. This is an array of 5 elements which is initialized with the 5 elements, and we are printing the array elements by using the for loop. So for loop where I is initialized with 0 and it will increment from 0 to 4 because I is less than 5, and then we are printing the contents of array A of I. So this is the simple program of array. There is no use of pointer over here. Now same program we will try to write by making use of the pointer. See, the array declaration is same, but the printing of array is different. Here we are making use of the dereferencing operator, and here we are using the array name A as a pointer. So star A, as I told, A is always point to the first memory location of array. So this A is actually, you can say, A is equal to actually address of A of 0. This is the meaning of A. That means if we consider A as a pointer, the name of the array, then actually what it stores is the address of first element of the array. So that's why star A means we are going to access the value which is stored at index 0 in an array. So that's why here it is printing the first value, that is 15, it is printing here the first value in an array. Then star A plus 1, so we are adding constant, we are adding constant to the pointer. So actually here what is happening, the pointer is, we are adding 1 to the pointer, that means we are jumping on to the next memory location, and then we are accessing the element from that memory location. Here we are jumping again to the next location and printing the value here, then the third location and the fourth location. So by adding a constant to the pointer address, we can jump to the next memory location, and by using the dereferencing operator, we can access the contents present over that location. So this particular code, 5 lines of code, we can be write by using the for loop as this way: for I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. So these 5 statements we can write in one only. Here what we are doing, we are adding a constant to the pointer A. So here the role of constant is taken by the I. The value of I is consistently changing in the for loop. So first value will be allocated as 0, A plus 0 is A, so this will be equivalent to A. Then once the first cycle of the loop will get executed, then it will increment the value of I. So the value of I will become 1, then it will become equivalent to this expression star A plus 1, then 2, then 3 and then 4. As soon as the value of I reaches to 5, it will terminate the loop. So this way also we can write this line of code. Now the example that we have seen, this is a memory picture of that particular example, that array we have created, and these are the elements that we have stored in an array. So you can look at these pictures. This is A, that is base address of the array, A plus 1, A plus 2, A plus 3 and A plus 4. These represent the index of the array. This represents the index of the array, and these are the pointers and these are the addresses. Constant pointer. What is the meaning of the constant pointer? Constant pointer means which we cannot increment or decrement. The value of constant pointer will be fixed all the time. So how the compiler interprets these expressions? What A plus 3, how it interprets when you add a constant to a pointer? It interprets with the help of this particular formula. The formula is base address of A. What is the base address of A here? 17,500. So the base address is 17,500 plus 3 into size of data element. 3, that means we want to jump 3 locations ahead. So what is the size of the data element is 2 bytes. So 3 into 2, that is 6. So the base address is 17,500 plus 3 into 2 bytes, it is 6. So it will become 17,506. So A plus 3, that means from this location it will directly jump on to this location. So by using this formula, the compiler jumps the pointer to the location, desired memory location. Constant pointer versus pointer variable. The difference between constant pointer and the pointer variable is that constant pointer cannot be incremented or changed, while the pointer to an array which carries the address of first element of the array may be incremented. That we can increment. The array name represents the address of the first element of array, which is not a constant pointer. That we can increment. But the constant pointer we cannot increment. It will be fixed, made to point to one memory location. If pointer to an array is incremented by 1, it would point to the next element of the array. Thus the value of the pointer would increase by the number of bytes allocated to one array element. This is a integer array, so memory allocated to one element is 2 bytes. So every time the pointer will jump on to the next 2 bytes, next 2 bytes. If it is a float array, then it will jump on to 4 memory locations ahead. So the main use of pointer you might have understood here, if you can imagine, we access the data in the file, whether it's a text data, numerical data or any data. So while we go on reading the contents of the file, we have to move ahead. Sometimes we have to move backward, right? So how this happens? This happens very easily and efficiently because of the use of the pointers. Because these are the pointers which are moving continuously on the text, character by character, and then we are able to read the whole text at a glance in an efficient manner. So this is a program where we are reading and writing the contents of array using the pointer variable. So one array I have created here having the elements 10, then one pointer I have created here, and one variable I have declared here n. Here I am giving the size of the array after executing the program. So here I am asking the user to enter the number of elements which he want to store in an array. Then this is the input statement. Here also I am making use of the pointer variable star ptr. But you can observe here this one, what I have used here. ptr is equal to a. ptr is a pointer and a is the name of the array. Means I am initializing the pointer with the first location of an array. Then ptr less than a plus n. This I am writing. N is the size of the array. So a plus n. So it should be less than the size of the array and then ptr plus plus. Here by using the dereferencing operator I am printing the I am storing the values at that particular memory locations. And same for loop I am using here, just instead of cin statement I am using the cout statement to print the contents of the array. So just take a closer look at this particular part of the program. What this a is, assign base address of a to ptr, and these are giving the contents of the array. It is accessing the pointer content, and ptr plus plus it gives the, actually this gives the size of the array. What is the size of the array? So it will increment up to the last element of the array. So this is what is the efficient use of the pointers when we use with the arrays. So in this class we have discussed about various arithmetic operations along with the pointer. We have discussed how we can access the memory locations and perform the arithmetic operations by using the pointers, by using the dereferencing operator, and we have used some constants along with the pointers. The main thing is that addition, multiplication and division is not, we cannot perform addition, multiplication and division with the pointers, but subtraction we can perform. Subtraction we can perform because we want to know how one pointer is away from another pointer. Then we discussed the use of pointers with the array. If we use the pointers to manipulate the array contents, it will be easy for moving through the array forward and the backward. Hope all of you understood these both topics. In the next lecture we will see array of pointers. Thank you. Sai Ram.